Now, as we try to understand how this all happened, I want to bring in NewsNation's Joe Khalil. He is in East Palestine. He's covering the important developments coming out of that train derailment, as well as the events following Evan's arrest. Joins us live. Joe, thank you so much for being here. The Ohio National Guard Adjutant General says he felt threatened by Evan, but that doesn't seem to be what's happening when we watch that video play out.
It's tricky, Nichole, because that is the period where we essentially have a gap in video. It's right at the moment after that live shot with you that Evan did, and right before the video picks up again with those 4 officers that sort of surround him. But in that interim time when no one is recording, you're right, we have the statement from the Ohio National Guard general there, and what he describes is a moment where he says he felt threatened by Evan, that Evan may come at him, and so he pushed Evan in response. Now, in his statement, he didn't say push, but the arrest affidavit actually does use that phrase, that this person pushed Evan, he claims, in self-defense. Now, again, hard for us to be maybe 100% objective here, those who know Evan and who are friends with him, but it's hard to imagine, given the rest of what we saw on that video and Evan's sort of calm demeanor, which was very obvious, that he, instigated this by coming at a general in the Ohio National Guard. That is all going to play out legally. I should say also, that's not the moment that's getting the attention and really causing a lot of people to be angry. That moment is the one that's on camera, and that is the way that he was taken to the ground and arrested, Nichole. So again, we're going to let this play out. I can tell you that Evan himself has not responded to that, largely because of the charges that he is still facing that are pending against him.
Yeah, those charges still against him there, Joe. So the governor, Mike DeWine, said at the end of his news conference yesterday, reporters do have the right to be there. He also said he did not ask for a reporter to be removed. That was yesterday. Today, he joined our Marnie Hughes on NewsNation Live, and this is what he had to say.
What's your reaction to that level of force, given the fact he's there to report he was doing a live shot, as you watch it, as not just as a governor, but as a person?
Well, no, I mean, no one ever wants to see that, and certainly no one ever wants to see that happen in regard to a report. What I don't know, I'm an old prosecutor, and so I got to tell you what I know and what I don't know. And what I don't know is what happened before. I don't know what the exchange between the reporter and law enforcement was. I think you have to go to the local police and to get them to tell you, what they believe happened or what they think happened.
The charges are for disorderly conduct and criminal trespassing. Should they be dropped?
Well, look, I mean, I think we would like to see this whole thing go away. What I don't know is, again, all the facts. And, it's not fair for me. It's not fair for me, to the police, or to the reporter involved, or to anyone else who was involved to, comment on that, because I don't know the facts. We know what we see on TV. We know what what you're reporting, but that's part of it. We don't know the whole thing. So
let me ask you this.
Look, I don't want to see him in jail. I don't want to see him in jail. I don't want to see him prosecuted. But for me to say I know what happened would simply not be the truth.
All right. So, Joe, what else are you hearing on the ground today, as well as from Evan?
We learned quite a bit, and you just referenced Governor DeWine there. He actually confirmed some of our earlier reporting today, which is that he had a hand directly in making sure that Evan didn't spend the night in jail. Originally, Evan was supposed to get out of jail 8:30 this morning. We had been told that Governor DeWine actually did indirectly talk to some people who made the judge aware of the governor's feelings, and ultimately that's what led to Evan being let out last night around 11:30 or so. He also, I thought, was very measured, as you heard him there responding to questions this morning from Marnie Hughes, and that's his reputation. He is a measured man as a governor. He has been that way as a senator as well. Not going so far as to say the charges should be dropped, but I thought it was really important. You did hear him there say he doesn't want to see Evan prosecuted for this. Look, we know Evan now has an arraignment on February 23rd. Nichole, it's going to be a digital one. He's not going to have to come back to Ohio to face it. But between now and then, he's facing these 2 misdemeanor charges. We will see if they stick. It is very possible that they end up being dropped between now and then. So certainly something that I know Evan would like to see. But we're going to see how this all plays out over the next couple of weeks.
Again, thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.